last week's general meeting I brought a notice of motion to Council, which is in 3 parts. And the first part was to ask the state to consider putting a bridge in their capital works program, which runs to 2026, from the mainland to Russell Island. The second part of the motion was for, if the state was going to consider putting a bridge to the islands, that they should consult with the community to ensure that that is the transport option that the community wants. And the third point of the motion that was brought through was acknowledging that a bridge is really a state responsibility, a state planning issue and a state funding issue. That motion was passed 8-3 in favour, so now it's official council position to have a bridge from the mainland to Russell Island, but acknowledging and doing so now where the whole responsibility for that bridge is now in the state hands. So it removes council from the process, and now it's up to the state member who's been asking for that motion to come through for him to discuss with the government to see whether they'll put that on their capital works program. There are a number of alternate transport options, the places that the bridge could come from. We've got a map here of Russell Island. These are probably a combination of a few ideas that have come across. The first one was from Rocky Point to the mainland, which you can't see here, is called Little Rocky Point, and that's the shortest place to put a bridge across. That would actually bring the transport into the Gold Coast. Bearing in mind that it's no longer a council issue, where it goes, the bridge, if it is to be a bridge to go through, that's entirely up to the state. The area which was favoured by our state MP was to bring a bridge through to Panican, was the initial one, where a short ferry and barge service could operate between the islands. That way all islands could remain unbridged, yet have a shorter transport option. The other thought he had was bringing the road straight across and into the northern end of Russell Island, probably down the end of Kings Road or somewhere like that. The idea from then is you'd have car parking facility, etc., for the other islands, where they could get the ferry, would go from the island straight to here, and that would be only a short journey, and then they could get the bridge across and leave their cars on Russell Island. Ultimately, it's going to be a state decision where it will go, and even if they are going to put the bridge on their capital works program. So I suppose it'll become more clear over the next 3 to 6 months of what the state government's going to do, and then at least we'll have some certainty. One thing I hope that they do is that if they decide not to put a bridge on the capital works program, to at least give the island community an idea of what's going to trigger changes to transport in the future, because with the potential growth of 22,000 people on the islands, it's obvious that the current waterborne transport wouldn't be able to cope, and that is detrimental on the marine life as well. So we need to know, is it going to be a time frame, or whether it's going to be a population level where they'll come back and reconsider it. So at the moment, the bridge is in the state hands.